The goal and job of farmers is to feed the world. With today's ever-growing population, that job is becoming more and more difficult, and that's where we need and we use technology. But the topic of agriculture technology is about as big as the job of feeding the world itself, so today I've split it into 3 categories in order to try and understand it better. That being equipment technology, bioengineering, and ranching technology. So, without further ado, let's move on to the first topic of equipment technology. Now, this is probably the first category most people think of when they hear the topic of agriculture technology, because it contains anything from the biggest of planters to the smallest of drones, although those 2 pieces of equipment might be more closely related than they seem. Now, the future of technology in this department is looking to move away from the bigger is better mindset and taking bigger steps in the smaller direction, with precision farming. According to Southwest Farm Press on December 13th of 2018, precision farming has been around for about 3 decades, but new steps are being taken in order to make this the farming of the future by combining precision farming with artificial intelligence, or AI. Precision with a purpose, states Tim Norris from Ag Info. Now, some applications that we might see and are seeing by combining precision farming with artificial intelligence is improved sensing to look at scouting and scouting out fields so to avoid double treating crops. Another thing we're seeing is agricultural robots might be used in order to try and treat crops specifically and to avoid double planting and save farmers time, labor, and money. Now, the farmers are constantly creating, collecting, and using data in ways like never before. And farmers of the future might just do more data analysis than planting or harvesting. But it's not just the way we farm that's changing, but it's also the plants themselves, which leads us to our second topic of bioengineering. Rob Fraley, former Monsanto, now Bayer Chief of Technology, stated at the 2018 Ag Expo that with today's new breeding technologies, we can find that 1 in a trillion trait in just 3 months of research work. Now, gene editing is another way we're using artificial intelligence in the bioengineering sector as well. Indigo, a company that specializes in the microbes of plants, is currently working in order to create drought-resistant crops. Another application they're looking for in the future is pest and insect-resistant crops, and they would do this by working with the seed coatings. Now, using seed coating methods similar to today's, they would then plant the seed, and while it was in the internal environment, they would insert a microbe. Then, as the plant sprouted and grew, it would most likely have the desired trait. All of this is in order to make better and more plentiful crops for the future. Now, it's no big secret, technology has taken over farming, and ranching is no exception, which leads me to my final category of ranching technology. Now, on a small scale, some technology we might see coming to ranches are autonomous milking robots, which would help make the milking harvesting process more efficient. Arguably, the latest new technology for the ranching sector, though, might just be collars for cows. Yes, you heard me right, collars for cows. And as silly as it might sound, high-tech livestock collars provide many benefits, and unlike the name suggests, are for more than just cows, but all types of livestock. The Wall Street Journal reports that in 2017, farmers spent over $300 million putting up agricultural fences. Collars for cows could help with this problem and save farmers a lot of money, as they don't use actual fences, but instead use virtual fences. Each collar is set up on a GPS system which establishes a home base for each animal. Then a virtual fence is put up in relation to that home base based on how far the farmer wants the animal to be able to go. If the animal were to approach their virtual fence, they would receive a small noise emitted into their ear in order to try to deter them from going farther. But if they actually crossed their virtual fence, they would then receive a small shock, similar to a dog with a shock collar. Now, this provides many benefits. First, because it saves money with farmers not having to put up agricultural fences anymore. Second, it allows grazing pastures to recover as you can change the area where your animals are located. And it would make the animals even easier to control. As one report states, it would make controlling your animals easier than controlling dogs, people, or even helicopters. So it's no big secret. Technology is on the rise and it's coming more and more into the world of farming. And I can see this even on my own farm at home. We frequently use GPS technologies in our machinery like our planters in order to plant straight and to avoid double planting. We also use drones to go scout fields and see how the crops are coming along. Technology needs agriculture, but agriculture needs technology because it showcases the opportunity of technology, states Josh Henritig, and the future of technology with agriculture looks bigger and more plentiful than ever. Thank you.